in this case, just to summarise, is really Rebecca Vardy's attempt to prove that she's like one of the few British celebrities who isn't tipping off journalists and selling stories. So it's important for reputationally that this goes her way. The reaction, I'm in the United States, so I can only give you the objective reaction. And this is one of the great tragedies of this case for all those participants, is that the timing couldn't be worse. It's been overshadowed, obviously, here by Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. But for Brit News nerds like me, it's just been a feast. It's been wonderful. We can start the day with Vardy and Rooney, and then in the afternoon we've got Heard and Depp. So it's been a smorgasbord. But no, it's the reaction.
Well, that means your professional job is sort of Schadenfreude. Is that how we, kind of taking pleasure in other people's misfortune, plus a little bit of voyeuristic insight? That's no brag, Paul. What do you get out of these cases? I couldn't care less.
Well, there is the couldn't care less clause as well. I have to say, this would have been far... If they could have done this under lockdown, we could have all justified prurience. But yes, no, I really don't revel in their... I don't revel in their misfortune at all. But I mean, as misfortunes go, 3 million quid to bandy about just because you're having a squabble over the garden fence is kind of... It is all self-inflicted, it feels, whichever way this goes.
Do we have a sense of which way it is going to go at the moment, do you think? Is Rebecca Vardy going to walk out of there being fully vindicated? Say again, Paul.
Yeah, Colleen is going to win, yes. That's how it seems to me. I don't... Unless there is a mass misreporting of this case, I think that anybody looking at this objectively, and I'm protected by the First Amendment, so I can say... Please don't take your cell phone to the North Sea because you're liable to drop it in. When a lot of your evidence, bearing in mind that Rebecca Vardy brought the case, a lot of your evidence is actually in Davy Jones's locker. We all came to hear that sort of being delved into and analysed. When your case is actually literally at the bottom of the ocean, it does seem unlikely that you've got a strong enough point to win. And this is a civil action. You only have to, I think it's a civil action. You only have to win 51% of the argument for it to actually stand. I'm not a legal scholar, but that's my understanding. And it looks like Colleen has made 51% of the case quite comfortably.
OK, all right. Well, we'll wait to hear the final verdict. But thank you very much from your little sound booth there in America. Paul Dudridge, host of the Politics People podcast. Kathy, a grotesque amount of money, £3 million on lawyers' fees for what is basically a vanity project. Is that harsh?
No, it's not harsh at all. I mean, there's a book published a few years ago called The Narcissism Epidemic. This is just this sort of peak of this sheer self-interest, narcissism, women behaving badly. It used to be men behaving badly, now it's women behaving badly. It's like great for feminism. Women just sort of took on like the worst things that men did, that it's not good. This sort of type of bad behaviour should never have even got to the courts. They should have been able, two decent people should have been able to say, ooh, I did it, or I didn't do it, or sorry, or I believe you, or I don't believe you. This is sort of crazy stuff.
I do wonder whether, I mean, they've been wearing their designer outfits, arriving at court with the paparazzi flashing.
It's all
I can't help it, even if it's a subconscious driver for the attention, isn't it?
It's massive attention-seeking, massive narcissism, massive, what was the other word, indulgence. This is self-indulgence. I know these are probably criminal cases, but one thing I looked up, there's a backlog of 40,000 court cases in this country at the moment, and then we have this running soap opera here with these silly women, and their silly husbands who all acting Mr. Big. It's like, have any of them ever learnt how to behave properly? Sorry?
I know.
I give up.
Right.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows, and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.